All right, y'all, welcome back. So we just crossed from Arizona on the northern border into Utah, and right now I'm heading towards Moab area, and I'm gonna just find a spot to camp up there for the night. We might do a little bit of wandering around, trail driving, but I'm not gonna promise you anything on that one. We'll just see what we find up here, and I know that it's probably gonna be a fairly busy area. It's kind of the perfect time of year around here, and yeah, hopefully we don't have any trouble finding a spot, but it's just going to be a gorgeous area. I've been on the road for, I believe, about 4 hours so far today, and I think it's a couple hours farther to go, so stay tuned, y'all. Snowy peaks in the distance. Well, I've made it into Moab. I'm a little worried about trying to find a spot tonight. There's a lot of rigs, but I expected that. I don't know what these people are doing or where they're staying at, but I'm gonna go through, I don't know, some canyon. I have multiple spots marked in the canyon, so we'll see if we can find one. I don't know. We're just winging it, you know? Just winging it. It's a beautiful town, though. Like, you got the old building over there, and you got the rocks, and then you got a rig right there. I mean, there's rigs everywhere. But fingers crossed, we'll get ourselves something that's decent. I don't know. Figure it out. We've made it into the canyon. Just got in here. And that right there is the Colorado River. Now, the bummer is this road, it's supposed to go all the way through, but there was a sign that said road closed, so I don't know if there's going to be a detour around it or anything. But I think I have like 7 campgrounds marked along this road, so we'll see what happens. I'll probably be able to judge it pretty well by the first couple if everything's going to be busy. It's only 1:45 in the afternoon, so even if I can't find a spot and I got to turn around, it's only like, you know, it'll be 45 minutes back to Moab, something like that. So I'm not super worried about it. I just don't know if we'll have a nice scenic spot to stay tonight or not. It's a day use area that's pretty full. Man, this is gorgeous. I want to say Arches National Park is along this road. I don't really plan to go in there if I don't have to. Oh, here's one campground already. Goose Island. And that looks pretty full. I don't know if there's a spot open or not. Tents and everything. Well, we'll just see what happens. It's all part of the adventure, you know? Well, I've made it off the road. I don't know if I can camp anywhere up here, but if I spot a fire pit anywhere, we'll probably claim it as our own. We'll see. I think this might just be a turnaround. Is that a fire pit? I don't know. Let's get out here and look. Doesn't look like it. Maybe there. You can see tracks down here. Can I get through this? Probably. I don't know if I would want to try this with as hilly as it. I don't know. It's really sandy. Like, I'm just sinking in it. It's fine, powdery stuff. Yeah. But this would be a great spot. You can tell somebody's driven down here. I don't see any remnants of a fire pit. Oh man, look at that. So the river is over there, kind of goes down that way. I kind of came up, and I'm like halfway up on top of this shelf. Man, do I risk driving down here? It can't be that bad. Like, right here would be perfect. All right, well, sometime life is all about taking those risks. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in 4 high. Wonder what drive mode's like. I never even mess with the drive modes other than sport mode, but I got a little knob and normal, slippery, deep snow, sand. All right. Traction control off. I don't know. It's hard to even tell where I need to drive in there. Well, here we are. We made it, no issues. Getting out might be a little bit more difficult. I am leaned back a little ways, but I'll be fine in there tonight. Because, I mean, look at this. And when I set the camera up over here, I did see coals from a fire pit. So somebody has camped right here. You know, obviously there are those tracks, but yeah, somebody had a fire right there. Of course, the wind picks up as soon as I get down here. But, God, look at this spot. Look at this spot. It's gorgeous. Just these giant, gorgeous rocks. Like, this is one of the good ones right here. And all the established campgrounds that I went through, there was people in every single one of them. A couple of them had open spots. There's one right down at the bottom of this hill that I could have probably got a spot at. But there's also like 30 tents there from the people that are rafting the river. So I just preferred to come up here and try to find a spot all to my lonesome. And I think I found a good one. Too bad we can't get down there. That looks solid, like solid rock down there. All right, well, beer o'clock. Oh, got some paper towels at the store. I don't know if that's really even worth it because it's gonna move around so much on the ground. So the canyon that I went through was really cool. I'll try to see if I can tell you what that was. I don't have a cell signal, but I can kind of look at my map here. Grandstaff Canyon, does that sound right? But it's just like you get just north of Moab and you take a right and you go through this absolutely gorgeous canyon. And I'm kind of out towards the end of it. So here we are. But I did grab something local, and I grabbed it just because it says Moab right on it. If you can see that, Moab Pilsner, premium microbrew Pilsner, 10 million years in the making. Moab Pilsner, the party never ends. And it's made in Moab Brewery, Moab, Utah. So I saw, like, I was looking for something that was that was based off of this stuff, and here we are. I found a perfect one. And while we didn't really do any like of the trails and stuff like that, it's something that I would love to do, but I feel like I should come back with the Silverado once I have that running. You know, it's shorter wheelbase, it's taller, bigger tires, blah 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 blah. Although this, I am loving the 10-speed transmission that this thing has, because like going up into the mountains and through the passes and everything, like it doesn't skip a beat. There's power everywhere because you have, you know, 10 different speeds of that transmission that you can work through with the Silverado, and it's a 4-speed. It's like screaming in second gear trying to get up a mountain somewhere, but half of that is because I haven't re-geared it, which is also on the list of things to do. So I did just message the wife, why don't we take a drink of this? I tend to do that, start talking. But I also want to get a weather forecast. Cheers, let's see what this is all about. Moab Pilsner. That's just a tasty basic beer right there. That's good stuff. I don't know if it says how strong it is. Oh, here it says something on the side of here. I should have read that. As with so many good things in this world, simplicity is the key to Moab Brewery's Pilsner. Lightly kilned malted barley with spicy noble hops, Tettenhanger and Saaz define the aroma and flavor of this style. Moab spring water gives the Pilsner a light and crisp finish. It's an easy drinking beer. It's 5%. See if I can get a forecast. When I got into Moab, it was like 50 degrees. It's definitely warmer up here. Makes you click like 6 times to make sure you want to do it. I don't know if I have to pay for it every time I get a forecast, because you can get a basic one or like an advanced one or whatever. But I kind of feel like I need to put my boots on. We need to go wander down there and, I don't know, wander up there and wander all over. All right, we got a forecast. It's currently 66. It feels like 58 with the breeze. And what is today? We have a low of 51 tonight, so it's going to be gorgeous. I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad I got on the road early this morning, because it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's a bummer that I don't have any cell signal. Can't check your guys' comments, can't post any stories, can't do nothing. Can't give you guys what you want if I don't have the internet. It's awesome to get away from everything, but I'm in a position where I have to have that stuff, so probably just need to buy the stupid Starlink. I think I'm gonna take a wander down there. It's like a little overhang. Go see what that's all about. I mean, there's a tree down there. It looks nice. I think this way is probably gonna be the easiest to get down and around. Yeah, this looks like it's all rock. I don't know if you'll even be able to see my truck up there. It's deceivingly high. Yeah, I'm up at the top of that. You can't even see it. Huh. So you can tell this place gets water. Whoa. Can you guys hear that? It's echoing perfectly. Caw-caw! That's crazy. Huh. That took me off guard for a second. But yeah, you can see that it's wet right there. So I don't know if the floods just come off the hill or if they come down off this way, but that looks like a cool spot. Got a big old prickler. Gotta watch out for cactus and snakes. Ooh, there's lots of little cactus down there. Just try to stay on the rock. Hello? It's wild, dude. I was in like the perfect spot for it to echo. It's not doing it anymore. Oh, there you can see my rig up there. Yeah, this is really neat. Just a little overhang area. Try not to disturb any wildlife. Don't need anything attacking me down here. And this one lonely tree at the bottom that did not look that big from up there. Once again, you can't see my truck. Yeah, this is surprisingly steep. I was honestly wondering if I'd see any like carvings or anything down here. Yeah, this looked way more flat from the top. It's a good spot for shade. Yeah, I bet this thing in a hardcore rainstorm, this probably just turns into a waterfall. It has to. That's crazy to think. We don't need none of that right now, though. It looks like somebody had a fire right here. Somebody camped. May have camped right down here. Park up there, walk down. Yeah, you can kind of see like everything's green right here. You know, it does get a little bit more shade throughout the day, but you can see that this is like, it looks damp. It looks like the water's been running. So I was just looking at that thinking, oh well, maybe it comes out of there every once in a while. But if you kind of come up here, that's wet, dude. Like, it's just slowly trickling out right there. Yeah. Water out of the side of the mountain. Y'all, that's neat to see. Like, I wonder if it just gets, like if it rains, if it gets trapped and starts flowing through, or if that's just like some sort of natural spring right there. Huh. This is cool. I don't see any footprints, but there was definitely a campfire there. Huh. Yeah, I figured I'd be able to see my truck from down here. Because I can see this. There we go. Just got to get farther this way. You see it? Right in the middle. Big rocks that have tumbled down from the top. You can see where it broke off. I was hoping I'd spy some writings. Something. Heading back out. It's weird, that one almost looks like it was like, I don't know, you see all the lines on it? This is definitely one of the cooler spots I've found. And that echo, dude. That was cool. That was really cool. It's like an amphitheater kind of thing. Where was I standing? Over there? Hello? No? Yeah, like you gotta be in one spot. And it just echoes back perfectly. Top of this one. Whew, it's steep. Hello? Hello? What you think? That's so cool. Hello? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm an idiot sometimes. I wonder how far back I can go for it to work. Go right here. Straight back, but maybe I'm too high now. Hello? Oh, you still get it. Doesn't seem quite as strong. All right. Back up this hill to the truck, and it's taller than I thought. going to use this, my portable fire pit, just for ease of cooking tonight. I need a spot to put a couple of pans, so this will be the best way to do it. If I don't lose pieces. Well, I think we're about ready. That took a while. It's obviously dark out already, but that should be good for us. So I've kind of got my junk ready here. So I grab my pots and pans. We've got our silverware here. I've got some fresh rolls. So we've got some fresh rolls to go with dinner tonight. And to start it off, we've got Buckin' Buffalo black beans. If you guys can see that. These are medium with real aged cayenne peppers. But one of the things that I picked up the other night was this. So these are burnt ends. I think it's a Walmart brand. Pork burnt ends, slow cooked smoke seasoned pork bathed in a sweet and smoky barbecue sauce. And so if I had a microwave, I could just stick this in the microwave. But I'm gonna slap this in one of my pans here, because we've got a couple in this thing. We'll put the beans in the other, and we're gonna have ourselves some burnt ends and baked beans, I guess. A little bread on the side. Ooh. Dose pots. All right. If you guys want to know why I grabbed these, honestly, it was because they had the pop top on them. All right, beans are good to go. Oh, spilled my burr a little bit. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That was a bummer. It's all right. All right. Pork burnt ends. Well, I didn't turn the camera on, squeezing it out of there, but I expected a little bit more out of that package, guys, but there we go. We've got burnt ends. So we're going to stick these things on the grill here. These should both fit on here, maybe. Let's hope. Just barely. All right. You know what? I'm going to add some of that barbecue sauce from the last video, that teriyaki sauce, into those burnt ends, because there isn't a lot of sauce in there. And if if you missed the last video, that's what we've got. Hot and spicy Japanese barbecue sauce. It's very runny though, which is why I'm going to add some for this. Just a little bit. Ooh, yeah, we're done. All right. All right. I'm excited to try this. The little taste test I had was very tasty. I'm gonna just take a seat. Yeah, I feel like I could have cooked this all together, but I feel like it's gonna be even better separate, so try some of these burnt ends. It's just chunks of pork. Hot. That's good. That flavor and just having to heat it up. Hot. Very hot. That's good, y'all. That's really good. Man, I might make a burnt end sandwich with one of these things. These are like little tiny loaves of bread. I wonder if I can do that. Ooh, dangerous. The only thing missing is some coleslaw right now. Could use some coleslaw. Burnt end sandwich. That was great. I do feel like I could taste a little bit of the sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and use some more of it. See what it's like. Dump that on there. Oh, I knew that was gonna be messy. That was tasty. That's a great barbecue sauce, and you know, for being Walmart brand pork burnt ends, dude, that's a great camp meal. These beans are great too. If you were gonna make sandwiches out of all of that, I bet you get 4 sandwiches out of it easily. Burnt ends, and I didn't even have to bring the smoker. Dang old dang. I need to throw a couple more logs on the fire. I don't know if this will go. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna go. There we go. Just have to give it a second. Just have to give it a second. I would 100% buy those again, and I might do that shortly. Those are good. I mean, I did throw some of the extra sauce in there before I even taste tested them, but man, can't beat that. it's been an enjoyable night. It's been an enjoyable trip altogether. Saw so much cool stuff today, and like, you know, like there's out here, there's just so many, everything you see is cool. Everything you see looks awesome. It's like, I can't just put out like a 5-hour video. But it's just, everything in this area is amazing. And the best part is about it is there's so much public land that you can just camp on. Like, it doesn't happen in our area. We don't have places like this. Just don't have places like this. I don't think I'll need these thermals tonight at all. Ooh, a little bit of static. Hear that? All right. It's gotten late. I'm gonna get these doors locked. Get this door locked. But I'm probably not gonna. I am not at all worried about the curtains. I'll let the sun wake me up in the morning. But it's been a long day, and I'm gonna get headed to bed. Dinner was great. The scenery around here has been amazing. Like, it's just, yeah. There's so much to see here. So much to see. Pop a window open though. Yeah, a little bit of ventilation. All right. Good night, y'all. Oh, the sun is just blasting me. Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's making me hot. Oh. 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 7:19 in the morning. Oh, I could sleep more, but might as well just get up. Oh, man. Eyes are kind of dry. The wind would whip up some. The wind would whip through here, and you just get a cloud of dust in your face. And I buried my fire. See my fire pit. I've dumped it out and buried it in the sand. It wasn't quite finished, but I was ready to go to bed last night. Well, we're going to find out real quick if we're going to make it up that hill. We're still in the deep sand setting, which puts it in 4 high, and it does lock the rear locker. I'm gonna keep some decent momentum up that, just because I know it's like, you guys can't tell on the camera, but that's taller than the height of the truck, so it's a pretty decent climb, and it's pretty soft sand. I think we'll be all right, but yeah, I got to keep some decent momentum up that, so let's give this a whirl. we made it up that without much of an issue. Got her out of four-wheel drive. It is a little bit of a bumpy road to get out of here, but head on down this trail and go check out this spot. You can see a van over there. That van's got cool graphics on it. I think that's a rental. I'm pretty sure that's a rental van. Out in this area, dude, you can rent everything. Any kind of four-wheel drive, side-by-side vans, stuff like that, and go drive around and wander around. This trail kept going down that road, but maybe, just maybe, you can see the river right down there. And then there's this trail that comes up here. And yeah, I was up there. And where I was at, you're kind of tucked in behind that. Since you're behind that hill, so it's nobody could see you. Like, I couldn't see that van just sitting there. There's no way the van could see me either. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, can you see the tour buses? That's a campground down there. There's 2 tour buses full of people sleeping in tents, along with all the regular, like, camping people. We're on a main road. We weren't that far off the road, y'all. But you couldn't hear any of it. Now, do I want to go over here or the other side? Let's go to the other side of the river. Maybe you guys can get a better shot of the super busy campground then. And the thing we want to see is right there. So we're about to drive over the Colorado River. And there's an old suspension bridge that they've left intact with the dangles, but there's no bridge portion. I think there's a marker. But yeah, you can camp right there, right on the river. But look at all those friggin' people. There's 2 friggin' tour buses. So needless to say, that was not my kind of spot. But here we go. We could just leave that running. It's all right. Yeah, look at those. So it's known as the Dewey Bridge. Built in 1916. It was restored in 2000. The Dewey Bridge, constructed in 1916, is on the National Register of Historic Places. In its prime, it was designed to support the weight of 6 horses, 3 wagons, and 9,000 pounds of freight. And man, my angle lens is dirty. I just rub that sand right into it. It's a significant for its outstanding engineering accomplishment and for its historic role as a vital transportation commercial link connecting southern Utah with Colorado and other points east. In the early decades of the 20th century, Moab and southern Utah towns were dependent on communities in western Colorado for everyday supplies and the markets for their agricultural projects. The bridge, which spans the formidable natural barrier of the Colorado River, was the first to provide a direct connection. Dewey Bridge is Utah's longest suspension bridge, and at the time of its construction was the second longest suspension bridge west of the Mississippi. It is also the state's longest clear span bridge. So it says it was restored in 2000, and I'm guessing a flood came through and just tore it out, ripped out the bottom of it. But there's nothing left. Just the cables that dangle. And you can see it wasn't very wide at all. Like, this is like 6 feet wide. Oh, there's like anchors over here for it. So these must have anchored something down. Held the bridge steady side to side, maybe. That's a big U-bolt. And yeah, I'm guessing the flood just took it out. See a couple of pieces left. Oh, here's a bunch of remnants of it too, right here. Just laying around. It's wild. It's really surprising that they haven't taken this out of here. I mean, it'd probably be more of a hassle to remove it than to just let it rust back into the earth. Got a bunch of pieces of it laying here. And I can't even, like, I don't have a cell signal, so I can't even look it up and, like, tell you what happened. But you'll have to look that up, the Dewey Bridge. Was it taken out in a flood? What happened to it, guys? Well, there's a sign there that says historic site. It's probably way far away, I don't know. Is there like little ruins over here or something? Follow the trail for a second. There's a sign. I think we're looking at whatever it is. It's like the ruins of something, although it doesn't look like much. Maybe this plaque just talks about the bridge. Oh, the Dewey school site. There was a school here. So, the Dewey Bridge and the schoolhouse was right here. Yeah, it must have been right there, I'm guessing. I'll read this to you guys. I had no idea this was here. So, Dewey school site. Richard Westwood moved his family to Dewey permanently in 1904 to run the ferry. Before there was a bridge, they would run a ferry back and forth to ferry people across. The Westwood children needed a school, and the first school was built in 1904 to 1906. It was in the Wheelers' log cabin. Mrs. Martha Westwood had to sign up for classes to make the necessary quota for a school. In 1906, Grand County built a school on the site. It was 16 by 24 feet, made of native lumber, lined with unbleached muslin to keep the wind, dust, and bugs out. And Joe Schraff taught 9 pupils for 3-month sessions. Other teachers over the years were Bert Brown, W.R. McConkey, Elmer Kelly, Selmer Earp, and Maud Iser. The ferry closed when the bridge was completed in 1916. Mr. Westwood lost his employment and moved his family to Moab. The school was closed, although the building stood for many years. Yeah, it must have been right there. Guessing this was like part of the a stone foundation, and the wood was built on top of it. Had to have been it. You can kind of see the back almost looks square right there. I don't know. I'm gonna say that's where it was. Yeah, it's kind of wild to think about that there was people just like their sole purpose was to live out here and get people back and forth across the river. And back in the day, you know, the infrastructure just wasn't there. Like, you know, you think about all the roads that we have, the places you can go, the bridges you could drive across, like all of this stuff. 100 to 150 years ago, none of that stuff was available, dude. Like wasn't that long ago, we were living more like savages, you know? Like there was no refrigeration, no paved roads, nothing. You were going across the country in a horse and buggy. beeping at me. Dang. All right. Everything is sandy. There we go. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out here and keep on heading down the road. When we came into the canyon yesterday, it said the road was closed X miles ahead, but I'm gonna keep trying to go that way. So I don't know if that sign has just been sitting there. I haven't seen any other signs of construction or anything like that, because that's the direction I kind of need to go. So if that's not open, I have to go back through the canyon and out and around, and I bet that'll add like an hour and a half to 2 hours to what I need to do today. And of course, you know, no cell signal. I can't look anything up. If you look up this place and you get down into this canyon, there's absolutely no cell coverage. So be prepared for that. But if I have to go back through there, I ain't gonna be mad about it. It's cool looking. But yeah, one of the most amazing spots I've camped at. Like, those hole in the wall type places that you can find are always amazing. And just to be able to sit there and stare at the rocks and that echo coming off that was really cool. This was a really cool one. And I have to come back to Moab once I get my other truck running. I'm coming back here because I want to just drive around in these hills for a few days. Like, there's so much public area out this way in the country. Like, you get out west, dude, there's so much public land that you get to use. They're trying to take it away, but for now we get to still use it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.